Hey guys, what's good? It's me, J-Lei. You're listening to J-Lei Tales, and today, J-Lei tells the mysterious story of the key lime pie reviews. Let's get into it. So, random one. Have you ever tried the world famous key lime pie over at Kutchie's Key West Bar and Grill in North Carolina? I mean, I can't even hear your response, but I can bet you a half-eaten ham sandwich that you ain't. But there are a fair few people that claim that they have, and not only that, they claim that it is the best key lime pie the world has ever seen, and they can't help but shout it from the rooftops. Now, I personally have never tried no key lime pie in my life, but I took a slice of this story and it consumed me whole. This is a rabbit hole that even Alice ain't gonna be messing with, and to dig deep into it is gonna take a very long time. Some people have spent years dedicated to solving this mystery, and I just ain't got the time or the mental capacity to go right down deep into it. So I'll provide the basics, scratch the surface a little bit, and I'll leave a load of links down in the description box, so if you're so inclined, you can go deep down into this mystery too. So back in 2009, comment sections on articles all over the internet were popping up with these random reviews talking about how the key lime pie over in North Carolina is the best pie that you ever did have in your life. But what made this whole thing really strange and bizarre is these comments kept appearing on articles that had absolutely nothing to do with food at all. I mean, yeah, they do appear on a couple of food blogs, but they also appear on like celebrity scandal pages, book reviews, sports pages. Listen, I really ain't exaggerating when I'm telling you these comments went everywhere. Hundreds of different accounts were going out of their way to urge people to go over to the Baltimore area in North Carolina and grab themselves a slice of this key lime pie. Some messages were simple, some went into depth, some made no sense at all, and others were really explicit in sexual nature. But almost all of them had strikingly similar content, grammar, and vocabulary, as if it all came from one individual. But they were all coming from an abundance of different accounts, all with their own names, and a lot of these names were like wordplay on celebrity names. And these accounts even communicated with each other in the comment threads. I mean, it seems a bit odd, but harmless nonetheless, right? So what? People were enjoying this very specific pie from a very specific place. What's the big deal? Why am I all up in these people's business? Well, talking of business, it turns out this business, Kutchie's Key West Bar and Grill, doesn't even exist. At least not at the time that all these comments started appearing. You see, there was in fact a Kutchie's Key West Bar and Grill in North Carolina, but it had been closed for a fair few years before people claimed to feast on such a pie. And when this business was in operation, its star product was a cheeseburger, and anyone who remembers this place can't even recall key lime pie being on the menu. But apparently these commenters not only remember this pie, but they claim to still buy the key lime pie to this very day, which just can't be true. Although all these comments varied ever so slightly, all of them mentioned a Captain Kutchie, they mentioned his stunning wife Anita, every single one of them mentioned the Baltimore area in North Carolina, and of course they all mentioned just how scrumptious this pie is. So I decided to do a little digging. And I found out that this Captain Kutchie really did exist, but has unfortunately passed away. But yes, he did exist, as did his wife Anita. And once upon a time, he did own an establishment called Kutchie's Key West Bar and Grill in North Carolina. And so I googled the business. And you'll never guess what I found there? I found reviews about a key lime pie. All using the same vocabulary, all written in the same kind of grammar. However, when looking at the obituary of Captain Kutchie, whose real name was Oswald Polaris, there's not a single mention of any kind of key lime pie ever. Which is odd. Why scour the internet and post these amazing reviews about this incredible pie on any random website, but not mention it on a man's official obituary? And in fact, on most sites relating to the actual man, his wife, and his family, mention nothing about key lime pie at all, ever. So, with all of these reviews, but nobody having any kind of knowledge or solid memory of this business selling pies, the question becomes, who exactly is writing these reviews? And it isn't just the odd review here and there, these comments have been popping up all over the place for years. And after all these years, still nobody knows. So the big questions surrounding this mystery are the who and the why. Who exactly is behind all of these comments? Some suggest it's some autistic guy living in his parents' basement. Others think it is a collective of people, like a team of them, but most people assume that it is the work of bots. And then we get to the why of it all, but without knowing exactly who is the one behind it, it's really hard to pinpoint a possible motive for it. An autistic guy on his own seems pretty unlikely considering how many years this has been going on for. A team of people would sort of make sense if you squint your eyes and tilt your head, if it was part of some kind of online marketing ploy. But with no new pie shop popping up in the Baltimore area, it starts to seem unlikely. Not to mention, why would you advertise on sites that have nothing to do with food or restaurants? Which kind of leaves the possibility that these comments are the work of scam bots. I mean, it makes the most sense, seeing how every comment is presented similarly, popping up here, there and everywhere. But even then, websites and the capture program have developed so much in recent years, it's really hard for bots to keep getting through, especially so many of them in so many places. And if it was the work of a bot, why? What is the point of all of this? Many people over the years have dug real deep into this mystery, everyone adding their little piece to a giant puzzle, all getting various different results. But one particular person happened to find Captain Kutchie Polaris's Facebook account and decided to reach out to them. And the reply that they received was almost identical to all of the comments, in the same content, in the same grammar, and in the same vocabulary. But then, to add more mystery to proceedings, Captain Kutchie started messaging the sleuth in Swedish, blabbering on about all kind of nonsensical bullshit. And the thing is, the sleuth was in fact Swedish, but their account and their location was so under wraps, which bears the question, how did Captain Kutchie know to speak in this person's mother tongue? It is all very odd, and there is a lot more to it. So go have a little investigation of your own. Just beware of what you might find down that rabbit hole. It is a long, old, mysterious journey full of more questions than answers. And you could lose yourself in this mystery, like many have before, for years. So I suggest some food for the journey. I hear the key lime pie over in North Carolina comes highly recommended. For more retellings of strange, dark and mysterious Reddit posts, make sure you hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next story. And until then, stay safe out there.